Is that a 29?
What? Yeah, it's a B-17.
The 17?
Yep. So you got a B-17, you got F-16s, you got a tripod, or...
What? What's that, a Corsair down there?
What?
Look.
The same red, white, and blue one?
No, look, but next to the right tent, you can see the
Yeah, the
color.
Corsair. There's a Corsair there and a Mustang behind it.
There's something with a little V-wing next over here, or no, or is that just...
That's the Corsair.
No.
Yes, it is, and they're going to fly it.
To the right, there's something with a wing like this. It's like a Mooney.
Oh.
To the right of it. You see the V? Or is that not even a plane? That is a plane. Some other...
All the photos. Again, that's
did a couple of very important things. They raised the pilot up and put a different kind of canopy over him. And that was called a Malcolm hood, the same kind of canopy that was on their Supermarine. Over 4,000 of these, as did Brewster aircraft. G for Goodyear, F for Fighter, 1 for the first one they did. Vought called it the F4U. U for Chance Vought, manufacturing designation with a letter. Against the Japanese. As a ground attack fighter, was also called the Whistling Death, and you might have heard the whistling when it came through on its first pass. We get this pass. Flying the Corsair from World War II. Right on the deck. Extra 300, designed and built in Germany by Walter Extra, specifically for this kind of high-energy aerobatics. The carbon fiber allowing the propeller, the Hartzell propeller and the Lycoming engine that generates 300 horsepower to throw the... Leveling off about 20 feet above the ground, there's talented performer Marion Cole. He soloed on his 16th birthday. And Mark Pennington, you can't solo any earlier than that in your life, can you?
No, that's it. That's planning.
And what about the 17th birthday?
That's when he could actually fly it, get his license.
And he did that. He started competing in aerobatic competitions when he was still 16. This is his 16th year of flying air shows. And he's brought to you by Red Bull, Tubro Aviation, the Hartzell Propeller Company, built on honor. Ladies and gentlemen of Thunder Over Michigan, how do you like Kevin Coleman?
That must be a heck of a sight for any planes going into DTW to see that thing flying around in the sky.
That's for sure. Now watch him. He's just done 4 sides of an each-sided loop. He'll round it out at the bottom. Been living down and made it work, and for a long time, from the late 70s, mid 70s, The FA-18 Hornet became the big gun for the United States Navy. Well, when the Tomcat was nearing the end of its service life, that's the time at which they decided to look no further than the proven design of the Hornet, and they came up with a 30% larger airplane, more powerful, and the Hornet's new sting was born, the FA-18 Super Hornet. And then we'll be seeing the FA-18 Super Hornet. Louis Horschel from upstate New York is at the controls of the Corsair that's going to be taking off here. He flies a number of different warbirds, and he is a member of a very, very small, unique, and exclusive group of civilian pilots who have been trained and authorized to fly in formation with the current military aircraft of the United States Navy. The Rhino by those who, and with the afterburners going, you can see the light come on. That means the landing gear just came down. Check for the dirty roll on the left of the Navy's Super Hornet from VFA 122, the Eagles of Naval Air Station Lemoore in California. Spin all of my life, breaking all rules, you should have seen the vapes when you hit 9.8. That was awesome. Congratulations. Those guys are having fun now. I hope y'all got your loop and the Hornet. Top at 4,500 feet. Watch. Now as they set up for the next maneuver.
Currently slowing down, 110, going down 105, 100. That is indicated of airspeed, wind over the jet. Ground speed though with the headwind, slightly slower. Sub 100, looking at 95 miles an hour.
Whoa! How many degrees nose up?
Currently 47 degrees nose up.
Landing on an aircraft carrier takes a great deal of skill, and every landing they make is graded. Let's go to the cockpit and listen as Binky and Little Pab prepare to do a landing, simulated landing.
Binky and Little Pab, welcome to the boat. Winds are 15 over 20, straight down the angle. Charlie, paddle contact, gumball. 123, right ball, 6.9, pat. bolter or hood skip bolter.
Airport Authority, west side here. Thank you so much for being a part of Fun for Michigan. So, wouldn't happen without you guys.
By Goodyear Tire and Rubber. Had the longest production run of any single engine fighter of World War II from 1940 to 1953, when the last one came off the line and went to the French Air Force. Pappy Boyington, who eventually at one point was shot down and spent part of the war in a Japanese prison camp. But just to tell you a little bit about Pappy Boyington, impressive record indeed. Lee Atwood and at the head of the Senate War. The Mustang was also the, but one of those guys, then Lieutenant Colonel Charles McGee, was promoted before his 100th birthday by President Trump at the State of the Union address in his retirement to Brigadier General. Six .50 caliber machine guns, 3 in each wing. Models had 4 machine guns. Intake for the radiator from the bottom of the fuselage by about 1 3/4 inches, a gutter, just a separation. That was 1940. That same hunk of technology. Sound of the Packard-built Merlin engine.
Who is flying also the Red Tail Mustang right behind the tent over the C-17 and the Ford Tri-Motor also.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, look high and overhead, because diving in an extra 300, built in Germany, built specifically for high-energy aerobatics. We've got a in a flat spin. The airplane's literally falling at about 3,000 feet per minute. As he recovers, the smoke comes back on, and he'll dive down, accelerating now to over 225 miles per hour. As he gets to the left side, watch him pull that stick back into his lap, and right there, experiencing 10 times the force of about 20 feet above the ground. There's 10 G's right there. Sets the vertical line. Roll on the up line. He'll run out of airspeed, but what he does the flip top and hangs it on the prop once again. The Hartzell propeller and that engine give it the ability to become a gyroscope and turn the airplane any which way but loose. At 33 years old, combinations of snap rolls, tumbles, loops, and spins put together in a very, very impressive way. On his 16th birthday, and Mark Pennington, you can't solo any earlier than that in your life, can you?
Oh, that's it. That's planning.
And what about the 17th birthday?
That's when he can actually get his license.
And he did that. Two-Bro Aviation, the Hartzell Propeller Company, built on honor in Piqua, Ohio. The Hartzell Lumber Company, as he does a triple avalanche, 3 snap rolls on the top. The Hartzell Lumber Company in 1917 began making propellers for the Wright brothers' first military. Kevin Coleman.
That must be a heck of a sight for any planes going into DTW to see that thing flying around in the sky.
That's for sure. Now watch him. He's just done 4 sides of an 8-sided loop. He'll round it out at the bottom. Living down in Coshado, Louisiana, to see a demonstration by one of the premier jets of the United States Navy. And I'm going to take you back down to the 70s, when the United States Air Force was looking for a new lightweight fighter. There were 2 Boeing, and they said, we want to make this a carrier aircraft. They beefed it up, made it work, and for a long time, from the late 70s, mid-70s, the FA-18 Hornet became the big gun for the United States Navy. Well, when the Tomcat, and they came up with a 30% larger airplane, more powerful, and the Hornet's new sting was born, the FA-18 Super Hornet. As we get to hear the sound of the Corsair as it prepares for the United States Navy's. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the United States Navy, Naval Air Station Lemoore, Commander of Strike Fighter Wing Pacific, and the Commanding Officer of Strike Fighter Squadron 122, we are proud to present the West Coast FA-18 Super Hornet flight demonstration, intended to replace the aging and retired F-14 Tomcat and aging Legacy Hornets. The Boeing-built FA-18 Super Hornet is the Navy's frontline tactical aircraft. Known as the Rhino by those who fly it, the left of the Navy's Super Hornet from VFA 122, the Eagles of Naval Air Station Lemoore in California. Spin all in my life, go into what is called the minimum radius turn. Hard bank to the left and a 7G pull. Nearly vertical in about 2 seconds. Near the surface to 4,000 feet up. Hits the square loop and the Hornet.
Going down 105, 100, and it's indicated as airspeed, wind over the jet. Ground speed though, with the headwind slightly slower, sub 100, looking at 95 miles an hour. Whoa!
And how many degrees nose up?
Currently 27 degrees nose up. Bolter, hook skip bolter.
Combatants. And by the end of the war, the aircraft carried. By the way, from the left, here's the Rhino one more time!
Currently slowing that aircraft down. They were about 0.94 as they came overhead. They're bleeding from about 550 down to 250 knots, our gear speed. As they turn the corner, they're going to cut it, bring down the gear, and then bring it on speed. The F-18 Echo and Fox flying 8.1 AOA degree glide slope all the way down to touchdown.
And they don't do it like an airline.
Over there.
I'm actually going to head over there right now. So we're going to pick some of our best looking and most exciting Thunder fans over there. Again, you'll be able to get into the museum. The pass is good for the entire year. So meet us over there at the B-25.
Again, a lot of sponsors making this event possible every year. Airbus Inc., Ann Arbor Marriott Ypsilanti Eagle Crest,